Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Man of Thoughts. Every time you find me on this particular live video, trust me, it's always another banger. Monday morning, Tuesday morning, when I'm making money. This is not about making money. This is just to create an announcement to the people, to my audience, that we have an episode coming by 7 p.m. today, African time. La Mansikapa. Oh, let me take my time to at least see how you guys are doing. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we are evening from African side. Good evening. There's going to be a quick announcement. And since morning, I have to do some digging. I've been busy. Today I've been busy. My head has been weak. A lot of things. I had to rest. I have to write. I have to study. Do too many things. I am one of the most jobless and the most busy human being right now on earth. I don't do anything, but I'm very busy. Studying, reading. I'm not going to school. Not like I'm expecting an award. Not that exactly what I'm doing, I'm kind of making money from those particular things. But I love what I'm doing. Maybe because I have few grace opportunities and here and there, few things that my life is kind of stable, and I'm not inspired by money. Money is not an inspiration for us. So part of the things we want to be as an African person is to be part of a movement that actually makes sense. That's what I want to do. I want to be part of a movement that makes change in Africa. You know, I tell people this particular statement that I remembered when I went to jail, and I used to have some discussions with someone. There was a guy who used to preach the gospel there, and the guy always come to me and he asked me, he says, you have visions when because we discuss about life. I talk about my interest in my YouTube stuff, and so I can help people and the rest of it. And I asked him, I said, what is your vision in life? He told me, he said he wants to be very wealthy. He said he wants to be on the private jet one day. He see himself in private jets, dancing, smiling, looking from the sky, looking at the world, how big the world is, how beautiful the world is. And subsequently, I have had people, I asked them, what is your vision in life? They told me that they have big dreams. They want one day the world would know them for who they need to be. They will be very famous. They will be very rich. They will be very prosperous. They will live in mansions. And then they ask me, what is my own vision in life? And I remembered telling them that part of my vision in life is that I want to die a happy man. My vision in life is to die a happy man. And the biggest part of it is that when I die, I don't want people to remember me. I don't want to be remembered when I die. And they asked me why. I said, I want the life of everyone that I have lived with or I have been able to connect to be so good that they don't have to think about me. Because when they are happy and they are living their purpose in their life, they would flourish as people. Who is the motherfucker calling me? Edward. Am I still live? Please, somebody should indicate if I'm live. Oh, my screen has turned to ash. I don't know if I'm still connected. Please let me know. Indicate that I'm still live. Might be seeing a thing, seeing this and seeing that. I don't know if I'm still connected or not. This is why I hate some kind of stuff. I always forget sometimes. Please, somebody should indicate that I am still live. I'm still on live. Or else I will have to reboot and start all over again. Okay. Somebody please indicate that I am live. Just chat me up. My screen turned. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yeah. While I was talking to you guys, some law enforcement called me. There was somebody we were supposed to arrest today. You know, they used to arrest me. So the same people who were arresting me, now God has set a table before me in the presence of my enemy. They've abused some people in the estate. So I am the one in charge of the case. Now we are supposed to, but they've run. Tomorrow will be another day. So part of the conversation we are having, you know, if you attack fellow landlords or you attack people in my community and you think because you are wealthy, you are going to abuse them, I am an honey badger. I fight for who I know and who I don't know. So back to my conversation. I told those individuals, I said, my vision in life is to die peacefully. And I want the fact that when I die, I don't want to be remembered. Because I want the life of the people that I left behind to be so great that they have so much wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and they prosper that they don't even remember me. When they are living in harmony, in nature, doing great in life, what is the purpose of my remembrance? Because one of the mistakes we humans we have as people is to expect that we are the most valuable things in life. When you kill a chicken, you don't remember the chicken. When you kill a cow, you don't remember you ate a cow 3 months ago. When you eat a horse, when you eat a fish, you can't even count how many fishes you have eaten in your life. But maybe part of the things you have eaten, good fruit, apples, and the rest of it, maybe those are part of the things that have given you the good health that you have today. And you forget the fact that these things also are conscious beings. Maybe they're not being, but they are also conscious. They have life inside of them. And when you eat the things that have life, it nourishes you. And your life, if you're eating healthy food, your life will be so nourishable that you wouldn't remember the kinds of food you ate in the past. One particular kind of apple, one particular kind of orange, and the rest of it that you have ate that make you live in a healthy condition. The same thing is applicable to mankind. If we give to the world the best we can give, and we do the best we can do as people, then we can die being fulfilled. It is because you are not doing what you are supposed to do in life. That is why a lot of people are waiting to that perhaps they die. They want the whole world to remember them. Who give a fuck if the world remember me or not? I don't want to be remembered. I want to do so much that everyone is happy without me. I see people cry about people still till date. We talk about Tupac, 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 Tupac. It was amazing. Yes, he spoke for people, but maybe one of the negative things, and trust me, I'm not blaming Tupac for this, but I'm saying that maybe the inspiration of Tupac was for him to speak for his people. But part of the things that have been neglected is that he has not even pointed some message for people to learn how to think for themselves and act by themselves and have the voice to be able to speak like him. And when you hear people talk about Tupac, they talk about how he stood and he fought for people. Why? They don't have the same strength that Tupac had. He's a great person, but the inspiration have not really sink in into the lives of every other person. When you talk of Afrobeat, when we talk about Afrobeat, people scream, Baba Fela, Baba Fela, Baba Fela. Why do we remember Baba Fela? We remember Fela Nicola Pokuti because he was an activist with his music. The problem is that people have not yet been inspired to be able to have the same courage like Fela. Imagine everyone or majority of people that have been influenced by Baba Fela have that particular energy like Fela. We would be talking about us, how we are flourishing as people. We wouldn't so much be focusing on the past, someone who has lived his life. Yes, subsequently we would remember them. And trust me, I'm not saying we are not going to remember them. Subsequently, we are going to remember them, but it shouldn't be our primary focus. And for us to say that, oh, if this person was here, something like this would have happened. Oh, if you ever think that if someone was here, something like this wouldn't have happened, is simply because you are not equipped enough to face the challenges of that time. You are remembering someone for facing that challenges for you. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is, I want to inspire people to be able to think for themselves. I want to be able to inspire certain individuals to be able to have great lives, that they don't care when I'm gone because they are already strong enough and they just flourish as people. So I want to die a happy man. That's what makes me fulfilled. Every other thing about material, la 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 la, that people are chasing, those things don't really make sense. By 7 p.m., why I said all this is because everyone knows exactly, most people know exactly what I'm about. But what I think is this: by 7 p.m. today, I think I've put out a notification. By 7 p.m., we are going to be talking about the negative part of Africans that the Black Americans should also know about us. Yesterday, when we had a conversation, I spoke about the negative things about the Black Americans. And the idea about this conversation is because I want Black Americans and Africans to unite. Not what I want, that's what we want as people. It is not specifically to mine. It's not what I want. That is what, in fact, we would ask a question: what would our ancestors want? And do we think as Africans that if we can relate better with our Black American brothers and sisters, we can grow as people successfully? I think, yes, we will. We are going to progress in a better direction rather than most Africans putting their trust on their governments. Governments have nothing much to offer in the society. I pity when a lot of us put our hope on government. I think it's a wrong way to view life. Government do not have much to offer, because when you depend on your government excessively, you most likely will be giving them too much power. And when you give them excessive power, then they look like the Western society, where they can kidnap your children and they tell them that, and they tell you that it is about saving children. They kidnap your children, cut off their genitals, change them into something else, and they cannot reproduce in the name of freedom of expression. That is what happens when you begin to give government a lot of power. But if we unite as people, and we know as Africans that we are completely all together, and the Black Americans can, those who can trace their heritage back to Africans, can be willing to come, and the ground is open for them, and they know that they are going to be safe, then I think that we can do a lot. Because I can say this for a fact. This is just, I think I've showed you guys this estate before. You can see, if I show you majority of these places, back to this part. In this particular estate, this is over 500 acres of land, over 500 acres of land, and there are houses everywhere. This is just my street, for example. Now, about 75% of the investors here are people who are outside the country. They are Africans, but they are outside the country. Now, if we can open more ground for Black Americans to also be able to come to Africa to invest, many areas and many places in Africa would be great. We wouldn't be so much dependent due to the fact that we understand how our economy is and the rest of it. And there are a lot of things I want to discuss. I wrote a lot of stuff this morning, stroke this evening, even before I started talking to you guys. I wrote a lot of stuff that we will be discussing. But this conversation between the Black Americans and the Africans cannot hold on if we don't say everything about ourselves, or we start with a conversation or discussion. And we don't have to paint the picture that we all are holy. Because when you begin to paint a picture of we are perfect people, be proud of yourself and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, good day, brother. Be proud of yourself. We are perfect and we are nice people. Black Americans and Africans, we are so good. If we unite together, that's no possibility. We are just lying to each other. But if we can tell ourselves, these are the things that we are not getting right from our side, these are the things that are wrong from this other side, blah, 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 blah. And we understand both the culture, both our history and the rest of it, and we know how our imperfections are affecting us, then we can now address the issue. I've done a little bit of findings. I've discussed with a lot of people regarding the cultures of Black Americans and the rest of it. I decided to talk about certain negative side about the Black Americans yesterday. Today will be about Africans. Today, by 7 p.m. African time, we are going to be having the conversation. And the next one we talk about will be on how the good things about the Black Americans. And we talk about everything. With time, I think by God's grace, with what I have in my mind and with the support of you guys supporting, I believe that we would bridge this gap. Now, that doesn't stop us talking about all that things that are going on in the society and the rest of it. No, we will talk about everything. They call it Bobotigbo. We will talk about everything we need to talk about. But subsequently, we would also keep addressing this issue till we can make sense of it and we know a way to navigate our ways and make things work out. That's the bone of contention. In a nutshell, those who haven't subscribed, you will be missing by 7 p.m. if you did not subscribe. Please, those who want to join membership, those who want to support, every support is welcome. Because at the end of the day, I think that Maybe when it gets to 7 p.m. while we're having discussion, I'll be able to bring out some stuff. But like I said, the idea of live videos or whatever we are doing on social media should be a way to transcend the community and the people into one spirit, into one union. And that is what our ancestors would want for us. In fact, if you're a religious believer, that is what most religion preach about. But the problem is that it is easy for us to say, be your brother's keeper and the rest of it. At the end of the day, all we have is fraudsters all over all the religious leaders, majority of them are just fraudsters. If we as people cannot be so conscious to know how we can navigate ourselves to make things work, then we will get stuck. With that being said, by 7 p.m., make sure you don't fail, you are available, and let's discuss. We would navigate and discuss. And anybody who wants to comment, you want to chat, you want to do anything, everything is welcome. We will look into, even if the subject doesn't so much align with what we are discussing, I know how to dive in and then come out of it and focus on the conversation. If anything is troubling you, please do let me know. If it's something that we can think about, relate and all of that, I am open. My phone number is always on my channel. You can always chat me on WhatsApp and we can have any discussion. That being said, relax, stay tuned, enjoy yourself, and see you by 7 p.m. African time. Adios, amigos. Bye bye for now.